The Heated Madness blueprint looks pretty awesome, and it's a reward for finding all 5 components of the blueprint in the Koschei Complex, a map introduced in Season 3 Reloaded of Modern Warfare 2's DMZ mode. Hey guys, so today I'm going to give you a run through of how to get each blueprint component for the Heated Madness weapon. I also want to set a few things straight, as I've seen a few videos from other creators that are not 100% accurate in terms of where each part is and how to unlock it. So we're going to go through it in this video and I'll tell you how to get the blueprint for yourself. So first of all, there's 5 parts. There's a foregrip, a barrel, magazine, optic and a muzzle. Once you've successfully extracted each part from the Koschei Complex, the blueprint will be unlocked for you. Anyone in your team can extract a component and you'll all be credited with extracting that, so you don't need to worry about personally extracting with everything if you have a team that you regularly play with. I do just want to clear things up a little bit though, because I've seen creators in other videos say things which aren't necessarily accurate about where to find certain parts, so we're going to go over everything in this video. Okay, so to start off with, you'll want to get the optic. To do that, you need to go to the bridge just east of Tarak village. Go into the Koschei Complex entrance there, and you'll be spawned in this like underwater, like flooded area. Now what you want to do is you want to kind of skip past the first part of it, because there's not really much here. And then when you get to the bit where you have to climb up a box and then go through lasers, you want to actually take a right and go all the way to the edge where there's kind of like a gap in the wall, but it's covered by some wood. Now to get through this, you need some kind of explosive, so a Semtex, a well-positioned frag grenade, or a thermite would work. Once that's blown up, go through and you'll be into this like kind of secret area that's completely flooded. So you might need a rebreather for this bit, or you might not. It depends, because the optic actually spawns in at least 2 locations. It could be more. The most common location is at the end of the hallway, but as you can see here that it was in this side room for me. It does sometimes spawn here, it might spawn just down the hallway. So I'm just going to show you that now just so you can see. So you come through these 2 double doors and it'll be in this room. Now it's usually to the far left side of the room. So I'm just having a swim about here and just seeing what kind of loot is in this room. But it should basically be just near this box there. So there's a key there. Sometimes the optic is actually there next to that box. But anyway, as long as you pick it up, all you need to do is then head off for extraction. And that's the optic done. Next up is the barrel. Now this is kind of easy but also kind of hard, because if you're not the first person into the central part of the map, the chemical plant, someone else could pick it up and take it with them. So you just need to make sure that you're first to the chemical plant. So speed run whichever entrance you go through. Obviously I got a little bit distracted with loot here, but I would recommend going through either the Tarak bridge entrance or the Al Mazrah City car park, because you can get through those fairly quickly. What you'll want to do next is get to the middle part of the map, the chemical plant. And the barrel could be in one of a couple of locations. One of them is in the little crawl spaces that are underneath the steps in the middle of the map. Or there's a portion of it which is exploded and there's rubble everywhere. And the barrel could just be sitting next to a space that you can climb up. So have a look around and make sure you bring night vision goggles with you, because you might have night vision goggles in the spawn location that you start in, but in some instances I haven't found any, so it's always good to bring in night vision goggles before you get into Koschei Complex, because sometimes even bots won't drop them, so it can be a bit of a pain if you don't have any. So make sure you've got night vision goggles and then just sprint to the center of the map. Now you kind of want to always make sure that you're looking north, because if the barrel is in the exploded portion of the map, it just makes it a little bit easier to navigate around it. But as always, once you've got the barrel, go to extraction and you're done. Okay, so arguably the most annoying component to get is the magazine. Now to do this, you're going to want to go through the Oasis entrance. That's the kind of desert area just west of Tarak village and just north of Rohan Oil. When you go through this entrance, you'll come to this kind of nuclear power plant type of tunnel. and there's 3 sections where you have to close off the bunker doors to clear it of nuclear waste, and then you can progress to the next section. Now, I've read that the magazine can actually spawn in one of the rooms in any one of the 3 sections where the nuclear doors are, so you're going to have to check each one. However, you can also get some keys, and once you collect the 2 keys, there's an A key and a B key, and there's an alternate route that you can go through. So you unlock a door with the keys that you find, and there's like a room with some extra boxes with a bit of loot in there. Now, the magazine can actually spawn in this room, so you have to be careful. If you can't seem to find the magazine in any of the nuclear areas, make sure you pick up any keys that you find, because you might need them to go through to the alternate exit, which is where the magazine might actually be. So this one's quite annoying to do, because it can be based on luck, really, if you think about it, because sometimes you can go through and it'll be in one of the nuclear rooms and you can pick it up and it's done. In other instances, it might be that it's in the alternate exit and you can't find the keys. So again, you're just going to need to have a bit of luck on your side, and you're just going to need to search everywhere. Also worth noting that at the time of recording this video, I feel like the gas masks are glitched. Some people have said that they're intended to do that, but basically you'll keep pulling your gas mask on and off. The best thing to do is to drop your gas mask completely and use radiation blockers. Now, if you don't have radiation blockers, you can pick some up, you can find them in a couple of places, but worst case scenario, just use your gas mask. But be careful, because you'll keep taking damage if you don't have a gas mask on, and going through this can be really tough, so just be careful. But once you've found the magazine, as you can see here, I was really surprised to see the magazine. I'd actually written this run off. I thought, oh, I'll exfil and I'll go back in again. But as you can see, I found the magazine and was really surprised, so I picked it up and, as always, head straight to exfil. Okay, so the muzzle component is in the alpha cluster. So first of all, you should go into any entrance that you can clear quickly, because getting to the alpha cluster can take some time. What you'll need to do is you'll need to make sure you bring in at least 1 car battery and a pair of jumper cables with you, because these can spawn in the Koschei Complex, but they're not always guaranteed to be enough of them to use for the alpha cluster, because sometimes you'll need them to go through your bunker door entrance anyway. Once you have those 2 items, you want to go into the middle of the chemical plant and look for one of the small buildings. In there should be an R4D detector. So pick that up and then go to the far eastern wall in the chemical plant. And there should be this kind of like electrical component box that says something's missing here. If you have the car battery and the jumper cables, you can place them in that box and then it will power up the doors. Now, there should be a small red button that you can press either side of both doors. So press the button and it'll start to open the bunker door for you. Once you're in the alpha cluster, turn on your night vision goggles, because there are a lot of enemies and tripwires in here. Now, when you're in the main alpha cluster room, which has got all the servers in it, you want to go to the south side that has 2 stairs. So go at one of the staircases and take out the enemies and sentry guns, and then you want to equip your R4D detector, and then you want to use it just above the keypad. Now, this should expose 3 special characters. I think they're Russian characters, but basically that's the code that corresponds to the door that you need to open. So go to one of the 3 blackboards around the room and try and find the symbol on the blackboard, and then there should be a number with an arrow pointing to it. Make a note of the number and then head back to the keypad and enter it in. So as you can see here, I was brute forcing my way in because I didn't know the first number, but it turned out to be 053 for me. Your code will change per game, so it won't be the same as mine, so you just need to be careful about what your code is, so check the blackboards carefully. Once you've got the door unlocked and you've picked up the muzzle, head to the nearest extraction, and then you're done. Finally is the foregrip. So you're going to need a car battery, jumper cables, and 3 AQ laptops. Now, the AQ laptops are a randomly spawned item. There's usually 2 per bunker entrance, but if you're unlucky like I was, you might need to go into all of the bunker entrances to see if you can find some. Once you've got 3, head into the alpha cluster and look for the 3 circular pillars in the main room. They should have a little wire sticking out of them for you to connect an AQ laptop to. Once you've done all 3, you want to go onto the west side of the room, and there should be some boxes that you can climb up to, and 2 double doors that are locked. Once you've connected all of the laptops, the doors should then say activate. So once you do that, it'll let you go through, and the foregrip will be on the floor. So pick it up and head over to Exfil. And that's the Heated Madness Blueprint Challenge done solo. So if you like the video, don't forget to click like down below, leave a comment if you have any thoughts on this, and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos, whatever they might be. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one. Bye! I hate these bots.